and I'm saying this especially if you have children, you're going to have to knock the shit out of them. Possibly knock their ass the fuck out and then immediately leave. If you can. If you can. You have every God-given right to protect yourself from these damn low-down terrorists. You have every right to protect yourself from a low-down terrorist who's coming to you, harassing you based on race. And you have your children around you. These white supremacists are very dangerous. Now, if you're not able to hit and run their ass, if you're not able to protect yourself and bounce, for example, if you're a woman in a pool, and that's why the white supremacists usually, they go after soft targets. They go after women and children. So a lot of times you're not in a position to get your hit and run game on. You hit first and then you leave just in case some other white supremacists come and try to harm you. But if you're in a position where you cannot do that, am I advocating violence? I'm advocating self-defense. You damn right I am. I'm advocating self-defense. Black people, you have a right to self-defense. You have a right to defend yourself, especially if your kids are around these idiots. These people coming up to you, threatening your children. You have a right to defend yourself from a white supremacist terrorist. You do. Now, if you're not in a position to do a hit and run, to knock them in the damn nose and leave, what you should do, when they start coming up with some kind of trumped up reason to call the police on you, saying that your child is selling water without a permit, or you're swimming in a pool and there's too many of you, do not argue with these people. Do not reason with them. They know what they're doing. These people are engaging in warfare. And you have to understand warfare, and you have to be strategic as well. So if they're talking about, hey, it's too many of you and I'm going to call the police because there's too many of y'all in the pool, you need to get on the phone or one of the people with you, because usually it's a lot of black people and they know how to push black people's buttons. Y'all really need to stop all of this emotional arguing with these white supremacists. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yeah, another kid, they called the police on him. He was cutting grass. He cut a lady's grass who was connected to the house he was cutting, and they called the police on him. 12-year-old child. I'm giving you guys some self-defense codes here. If a white supremacist is talking about calling the police, stop arguing. You or one of the people with you, because sometimes it's a lot of you, get on the phone. You call 911 too. You get on that phone and you call 911 too. If they're on the phone with 911, black people forget, you can dial 911 too on these people. There's something about black folks who make them think that you don't really have to, you can't call 911 on these people. You need to get your side on record. I've been telling black people this for the longest. You need to beat them to the phone if you're not in a position to knock them in the damn throat and bounce. You need to get your side of the story on record. When you make a 911 call, usually it's recorded, and you can get a record of that later. So you need to have your own version of what happened on record. And what you need to do, you be professional in what you need to do. Get on the phone with 911 and you tell them specifically, 911, I suspect that there's a white supremacist here terrorizing me. I'm here swimming with my family and some dangerous person that I suspect is a white supremacist, I think they're going to do harm to me. Black people, you got to get back in victim mode when you're dealing with these white supremacists if you ain't knocking them in the throat and bouncing. You got two choices. If you cannot defend yourself and bounce, then you need to get in full victim mode. You need to get in 100% victim mode. Don't we got this thing as black people? We want to be the ones who yell the loudest, go off the loudest, and that ain't gonna work for you. The white supremacists, they use that against you. You gotta flip the script. They use that against you. They know you're gonna get emotional, and the minute you get emotional, here they go. Oh God, they're gonna do stuff to me. They start getting into victim mode. We know they full of shit. You need to start being full of shit. That's the only time I say it's cool to act like a coon is when you're calling in a white supremacist. That's the only time it's cool to act a little coonish. Not full coon, meaning that you're assisting the white supremacist, but you need to get on that phone and start bucking your eyes and crying. Hello, Lord Jesus. Lord, help me. Is this 911? Ooh, Lord, I'm scared. I'm so scared, Lord Jesus. There is a white supremacist trying to get me. Right? Nigga, you sell that shit. You get on that phone and start buck dancing and sell it, crying. That's the only time it's cool to buck your eyes. Hello? Is this the police? I am so scared. Leave me alone. Are you serious? Are you serious? Can you help me? What more do you want from me? You better get on there acting like Crispy. That's the only time it's cool to coon up a little bit. You dig? Y'all need to flip it on their ass. That's the problem, y'all. For some reason, black people are scared to flip shit on a white supremacist. Now, see, the thing is, black folks, y'all want to call up and put your white voice on. Hello? Is this the police? Yes, I like to report on incident. No, nigga. No. Lord Jesus, is it 911? Hallelujah. I was going through something so terrible. Lord, there's a white supremacist. They sent to get me. I was in a whole heap of trouble. I mean, you sell that shit. What's up, Mama Peanut? Come on in here, girl. What's that?
Saying it's not.
Oh, local. My kids be swimming. They love swimming.
I got it. I chose them because it's black.
I know.
It was a pineapple one.
Like Peanut and TJ. No. Give me that. I ain't done with it.
Oh,
I ain't done with it. I'm not done with it. Boys up?
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
What's that?
You have the goldies in here, the old ones? I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, shit.
Board and shit, look.
Not boarding, but I didn't want it in the garage. Oh, you okay, yeah.
I didn't put this in there. This was actually too little, though.
Oh, okay.
That's my baby.
What's for dinner?
Oh, it's for you hungry?
Not now, but...
Oh, okay. I'm not hungry.
You real hungry?
No, she was like...
Well.
Seriously. I was like, you can have to get the dog away because she found shit in her room. Or her rug. I was like, hilarious.
Come on.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna keep that on.
I was like, if I like that, I'm like, do it.
Mm-hmm. I want some turkey chili, baby.
Chili?
Some turkey chili. I have them.
You want to get one?
No. Sorry, though. Talking about Peanut. Man. But me some M&M's. Mama Peanut got me some damn M&M's from a kid selling M&M's. But turkey chili. I've been having a taste for turkey chili, man. I like turkey chili. That's one of my favorite dishes, turkey chili. I need to do the vegan thing again. I need to do that vegan thing again. Yeah, I kind of liked it. I like going vegan. It was a wonderful sister down in Atlanta gave me a vegan recipe book. Man, them shits were off the chain. I need to bring her book in here and promote her book. And speaking of promoting people, somebody wanted me to give them a birthday shout out. They had a birthday yesterday. And let me shout this sister out. She had a birthday yesterday. And her name is, hold on. What's her name? Falonda. Fofo or Falonda. Her nickname is Fofo, but Falonda. Falonda, I think it was her, whose birthday was it? Tomorrow. So shout out, happy belated birthday to Falonda from Detroit. I think Falonda is from Detroit. So shout out to Falonda from Detroit. It is her birthday. I do not know how old Falonda is, but shout out to Falonda in Detroit.
Goodness.
You think?
That's a no one for me.
But like I was saying, man, black people, we're going to have to get codified with the way we do business and deal with these white supremacists. We cannot just argue with them. That ain't going to work. You can't logic with them. You can't reason with them. Their job is to kind of say little dumb shit to rile you up and use you. And this is what they want. The white supremacists, they know how to push black people's buttons. So what they do, and I want black people don't even catch this. They love playing dumb. They're not dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. What they'll do, they'll come up to you for some bogus reason and say, hey, it's too many of you guys in the pool. I'm going to have to call the police. Like, hey, what you mean? It ain't too many of us in the pool. We can swim. No, it's only 2 people allowed in the pool. But there are people over there in the pool. You're crazy. I ain't about to go nowhere. Well, you're going to have to leave. I'm going to call the police. Well, fuck all that. I ain't did nothing. And that's when while you yelling in the background, that's when they're calling the police. So when they're on the phone with the police, you're yelling in the background, and y'all don't catch it. Hi, 911. I'm so scared. There's some blacks. They're being real threatening, and they're threatening me. You understand? They're very strategic with the shit that they do. They're not dumb. They're setting you up. You notice they wait right until you screaming and yelling to call the police on you. You dig? And we got to stop falling for that. We got to start getting calm and cool on their ass. You dig? And learn how to play them. And stop letting them hustle us. So we sitting up here yelling and screaming and all this shit. You dig? Hold on one second. One second. I'm finding something else that I wanted to play too. But we notice this stuff over and over again. Hold on. We notice over and over again this stuff keeps happening. And we keep falling for it. And this is why we got to replace the entire system of white supremacy. Not just every little bullshit incident. Because we'll walk in and we'll do that shit all day. We'll just running ourselves in circles trying to tackle every little incident of white supremacy. You understand? And we got to really be on code. We got to be 100% on code. Y'all notice another thing I noticed? I was looking at this earlier. Do y'all notice on television, on a lot of commercials, on a lot of ads, you don't see black couples. They don't really show black couples on ads. But what you will see black women either single. If you look at television, they'll either show a black woman who's a single mother